Hello everyone and welcome to Noita 101. In this episode we will be learning about wands and let's get into it. So the first wand you start out with is a no shuffle wand with one spell cast. So what a spell cast is how many spells in the wand it'll cast at once. Since this is one, it'll only cast this one spell. And then it has a cast delay of 0.17. So what that means is it takes 0.17 seconds to go to the next spell, and so on and so forth. Then a recharge time of 0.4. So after it's expended all of its spells, it takes 0.4 seconds to recharge and then go back to the start of the wand. Then it has a max mana of 100. So that's how much mana you have to work with this wand. And would make it so whenever I put a nuke on this wand, it is not able to be cast because nuke takes 200 mana drain. So whenever I have a nuke on this wand, it's just for show. It can't do anything. It's a harmless little wand. And then a mana recharge speed of 30. So what that means is how quick it's going to get that 100 mana back. And then a capacity of 3. So as you can see here, it has 3 slots, and that's how big the wand can get. Well, how many spells this wand can have. And then a spread of 0. So spread is kind of neat. It makes your shots hit pinpoint if they're at 0. And if it's at negative, then it actually counteracts any spread that spells or modifiers will add to it. So it makes it extremely useful if you have a really spread out wand, but you have a lot of negative spread, you have a lot of spread in your spells and you have a really negative spread wand. Then you can throw all of that on the wand and it will work perfectly. So something to keep in mind is if you have a wand selected like I do right up here, it'll actually highlight in green the better stats and then the worst stats in red. So if I was to switch to this, everything's neutral, so it's white. Switch to this, it's showing us what's good and what's bad. So in this wand, it's actually pretty good as well. As you can see, the cast delay and recharge time are ridiculous, but what's holding this wand down is the mana recharge speed. It's at 10, and that's pretty poor, especially when you get into later spells that pretty much cost 100 mana. So something that you can do if you're struggling through the floor is throw a spark bolt from this wand on this one, and then you have a machine gun. You should probably never need to do that, but it is something you can do. Alright, and now we're going to get into a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh, and before I get to this next wand, this one is a shuffle wand, so it doesn't really matter because there's only one spell, but yes, this one's a shuffle, so as is this one. And this wand will highlight how a shuffle wand works. So on a no shuffle wand, it would go spark bolt, magic arrow, so on and so forth. But on this one, if we cast it, it casts glowing lance, it casts arrow, it casts energy orb, energy sphere. It does whatever it wants. So it's a good wand, but like, look at this mess. So if you have one type of spell on here, it would be really good because the cast delay is pretty low and the recharge time is pretty low. So that's exactly what a shuffle wand will do. And then we have a no shuffle wand with 4 cast and 5 capacity. So I did this on purpose. I made the recharge time 1,337 seconds. So in theory, I would never be able to use this wand because it would be recharging and I'd just be sitting there dying. But there is something that you can do with no shuffle wands to fix recharge time. So it's kind of a little micromanage or like tech that that the Noita community has found out, that if you switch to another no shuffle wand, it'll reset it. So we're going to show off the quadcast with a nuke and then swap it to this one to reset it. So how that works is it'll cast 4 spells, and then we reset it by switching to a no shuffle wand, swap back, 4 spells, reset, 4 spells. So you can get really quick at this, and you can make use of not having to cast the nuke or anything else or go into recharge time. Let's say you have a really stellar wand, but recharge time is trash, then you can use this trick, and it'll make that wand usable. So just something to keep in mind for future wands and stuff like that. All right, and then for our last wand, this one is a always cast. So always cast are super neat because there's no spells on this, but it's still cast. It still casts always firework. So you can throw stuff on here and it'll cast it with it, and it's just amazing. Here, let me fix it up real quick. What is this? Fire? Get out of here. You're not allowed. No. Bad fire. Let me put out the mess that I've made. I apologize. There we go. Okay, so what I've done is I've added chainsaws to this wand, and since they have a negative recharge time and their animation time is ridiculous as well. I'm not 100% sure how animation time works. I wish I knew more about it, but it almost negates cast delay. So with this wand, we are going to fire a machine gun type firework, and it is going to be glorious and most likely might kill us. So, oh, I guess we're still safe in Dev World. Oh, that makes me feel better. All right, well, in that case, so yeah, since I used the nuke on this wand, we won't be able to use it for quite a minute. So, hopefully you guys have a wonderful evening, noon, and night. Goodbye.